Here with Nick Sipes, this week's PSAC West Defensive Player of the Week. Nick had 10 tackles, fumble recovery and interception, a sack, pretty much did everything in Clarion's 21-14 win over IUP. First of all, Nick, the defense really played well against IUP, really probably the reason that you were able to win the game. Talk about the defensive performance as a whole.
The defense played well. D-line did what they were supposed to do. Linebackers did what they were taught to do. We didn't give up any big plays, and that's what we pretty much preach every week. You can't give up big plays, make them snap the ball, and that's what we really did. Defense has been coming together the past few weeks. We started it with Cal really coming together, and it's really starting to come together. Everyone's playing real well.
With the game on the line, the defense came up with two tremendous stops. You get the fumble recovery by Joe Fox, and then you get the big fourth down stop. It was 4th and inches, and is that the type of thing that every defensive player dreams of, is making a stop like that in a game like that?
I think it is. Being a safety especially, I think that's one of those big plays. Either going to get the interception in the end zone to seal the game, or come up and make a big hit. But I think a lot of defensive players, they want that big stop on 4th down. Fortunately, we got it.
Talk about your performance individually. You've once again put together another very solid season, the type of season that made you an All-American last year. You doing anything differently this year than what you did last year? You just go out and still play the same game that you've always played?
I've played the same game I always play, but it's, my stats show, but what doesn't get shown is what the D-line does, what the linebackers do. They clean up a lot of the work, and, I just happen to be in the right spot when they take someone else out, and I'm there to make the tackle. So a lot of the credit should be going to the D-line and linebackers for clearing everything up for me, at least, making it easier. So they're the ones that should be getting the credit for a lot of the tackles and stuff.
Here with Fonzo Hoggard, this week's PSAC West Player of the Week after a fantastic game at IUP, a couple of long touchdown runs that helped Clarion to a 21-14 win. First of all, Fonzo, it must feel really good at this point, coming off 2 straight wins and having a big game yourself this past week.
This was a big game for us. We all here at our program, we got a strong feeling about IUP. We like to get after them every year, and it's a big game for us. And being as though we had a young quarterback in Fiscus to open things up for me open things up for him. It was a great game to get things rolling back on our right side.
You have to be proud as a senior of how your teammates didn't let the slow start affect them, and how you've been able to bounce back with these 2 wins.
Yeah, it was tough, coming out here and starting out 0-5. It just seemed like, we started off slow, but we didn't let that get to us, We just started to click a little slower than normal, but right now we just got to focus on the next 4 games and hopefully end with a winning season.
We're here with Clarion freshman quarterback Ben Fiscus. Ben was the PSAC Player of the Week 2 weeks ago against Lockhaven in his first career start. Ben, that's a heck of a way to have a first career start. Set the school record, 16 of 16 passing, get named PSAC West Player of the Week. It has to be a little overwhelming to you, is it?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I was a little nervous before the game, them telling me that I was going to be starting, so I just went out there and all the guys helped me out with those pregame duties, and it was a good game.
You get your feet wet there as a starter there, and then the very next game, you're coming off 16 of 16, and you have to go home to Indiana. I hate to say it, but lesser guy might have been intimidated by the idea of going home, coming off a performance like that, but you came out Saturday and took the team right down the field for a touchdown. Seemed like you almost reveled in the moment.
I tried to just put all that past me, just focus on the game, and once we got on the field, nothing else really mattered. Everything else just went past my mind, and we focused on the game.
You get the early 7-0 lead, and then it stays 7-0 for what seemed like forever. And then they tie it at 7, and you guys come right back down on that 4th and 1 play. Fonz breaks loose for the long touchdown run. And then you guys miss the extra point, and so there's still that little bit of nervousness, and the defense gets another stop, and you guys are able to break another one. What's going through the mind of the offense is it's 7-7, then 13-7, and you're getting the ball back knowing that you need to do something in order to win the football game?
We're just thinking we've got to get the ball, we've got to keep it a little longer, keep the defense off the field, try and run that clock down. I think there's maybe like 4 or 5 minutes left, and we thought, okay, let's get a couple first downs here and drain the clock, but the score worked, and then defense did their job.